Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. I know it's been a while, but I got some updates for you. So, it's going to be a little bit of change in my shop. I've been forging for 12 years, been running my shop, Red Maple Forge, for 11 years, and a lot of that has been word of mouth business, and I've made it a real, pretty good sustainable hobby. Well, I want to work towards actually turning my shop into a full-time job. And one thing I think I need to work on is getting my, what I would call, bread and butter. I've heard Roy at Christ Center Forge mention that. He did a video on that. I'm trying to get my bread and butter, some steady business coming in here so I can actually turn this, sustainable hobby into a full-time job. What does that mean? Well, I think the best way to do that is upping my online presence and getting my online, store really stocked up and, get it going and have consistent sales with that. So I'm going to be going back to forging a lot of basic forging projects. So I figured I might as well take some time, and if I'm doing basic projects, why don't I do a whole video series about them? Now, that's great. A lot of YouTubers do that. But one thing I always find a little bit interesting with those is showing you how to become a beginner blacksmith and how to do these simple projects. And they have tools that you don't. Anvil, forge. So, thinking about that, I'm like, you know what, let's do it a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but a little bit more what I would think you would have when you're starting off. So I'm going to show you the basic projects, but all these tools that you see, they're going. So I'm clearing out my shop. So what that means, my mini press, bandsaw, welding equipment, well, there. Now, drill press, belt grinder, bench grinder, yeah, they're going too. Sorry, B, I know you just got here. And my forges, the propane forge and my coal forge, yeah, they're also going. You know what? I really haven't used the coal forge for 5 years. I remember it being heavy, and in all honesty, it's just a table now, so it can stay there. And you're probably thinking, what about old Peter here? Well, you guessed it, he's going too. And you're probably wondering about the shop. Well, okay, the shop's not really going. I kind of like my shop, so yeah. Also, none of the other stuff, it's really going. It's staying. But for the purpose of the going back to basics, all of that is not going to be used. I'm going to be working out what I would recommend for a beginner blacksmith, what tools they need. I'll be working out that budget, and I'll start using those tools to actually show you how I would start off being a hobbyist blacksmith that's looking for something like a sustainable, hobby, and possibly even moving full time. So, tools I buy, I'll explain it, and there's a couple of videos that are coming up that I'll actually explain why I recommend what I do recommend. And we're going to start off with very basic tools that are easy to get, and as we grow and get more difficult projects and actually sell some of our earlier projects, we'll be able to up those tools, and hopefully Peter and B and the rest of the guys can come back in. But until we actually save up the money to get those guys, they're not going to be in the basic videos. So with doing this, I'm going to need your guys' help. Like I said, I could have easily went off, worked on my anvil, and using the tools that I currently have to do all these beginner projects. But I want to show you guys what I would do as if I was starting off fresh. So there's a couple of ways you can help out. I got an Etsy store. All the projects you see me making are going to be on there, and you can buy them. You know, that's one way to help out, you know, this channel and this series. Another way is I got Patreon starting up. With Patreon, you're going to get early access to these videos, and depending on what tier you get, you'll actually get more detailed videos of these how-tos. So I'm going to give you dimensions, and I'll actually give you a blow-by-blow, where with the YouTube ones, they're going to be sped up a little bit, and they're not going to be, I might not give you all the dimensions all the time, and it won't be blow-by-blow. So if you want to see the how-to blow-by-blow, they're going to be over on Patreon. Now, if you know you don't want to buy an item from me, that's okay, I get that. Or you know you don't want to sign up for Patreon for whatever reason. I also got a couple of buy me a coffee links down below, where it's just a one-time, you know, sponsorship to me. You know, every little bit helps. And also with those, what else do I have going on? Oh, and if you are a little bit of a techno geek like I am, I'm also going to put up a Bitcoin and Litecoin address below. Those are my addresses that you can send money to and help me out with this this little project I'm doing. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you want to already see some of the informational videos and talking about the tools and stuff like that, and possibly even the first forging video, pop over to Patreon. They should be already up there by the time this video comes out. And I hope you enjoy the series. If you do, like, share, and please help me out, sponsor me, and help me out with these videos. Okay, thanks.